Hey everyone, we are here at ISE 2025, and the man to my right, the last time I saw you, we were next to a swimming pool in Bali, and now we're in freezing cold Barcelona. Higgsy, how you doing?
I'm doing great. It's so good to be here, Neil, and being on the Crestron booth. So much to talk about today, so much to see at ISE, and really looking forward to this.
Now you've had a long flight over here. Is it warmer in Australia or is it here in Barcelona?
Oh, very much so. It was 32 degrees when I left Brisbane, and so coming here, I was like packing for cold weather, so ready for it, and it's a nice break from the from sweltering this sweltering sun.
Now, talking of hot, there's loads of cool stuff happening over at Microsoft. Ilya and Jimmy and Michelle and yourself are all smashing over there with your studio and your format over there. Tell everybody in that lens what's new and happening. It came out yesterday. Again, Ilya did his lunch session yesterday as well. What's new? What's exciting?
Well, there is a lot going on, especially with Copilot. You probably heard Copilot. We've been doing that for the last like 2.5 years. You can't have a segment without Copilot. But what Ilya kind of alluded to in a lot of those AMAs was just how we're taking meeting rooms to the next level and interweaving that AI elements. One of those ways is leveraging our interpreter capabilities. So interpreter, the way that it works, we're agentifying meetings. That's a new term we're going to be throwing out there. Agentifying.
You heard it here first.
That's it. So agents with Teams rooms, and when I look at interpreter, it's a great capability. As you know, we work in the Asia region, and we've got lots of different languages that we work with, and it's sometimes quite hard to have that delay and having to get a translator and so forth. The way that interpreter is going to work is that when you're talking to someone, you can speak in your native language. So let's say I'm talking to someone in Japan, and I'm talking to them in English, and what happens is the interpreter will take my voice and then translate what I'm saying into Japanese, but retains my actual voice, which is super cool. So, in the same way, if they're talking to me back in Japanese, what will happen is that their accent will be a Japanese accent, but speaking English. So we're looking to bring that to obviously Teams meetings, but also Teams rooms as well.
Now, just quickly, the whole Copilot and Teams story, again, you talked about some stuff there that sort of sounds more Copilot-y, more AI-y.
Yeah.
What is the story about Teams and Copilot coming together, and when? Is this now, or is this futuristic, stuff in the future? Where are we on that journey?
Well, we're actually in public preview at the moment. So we've got some Facilitator. You've probably heard about Facilitator, and that's the agent that's going to be working with Teams rooms to be able to get you prepared before the meeting, to participate during the meeting, and it will be taking notes, it will be taking actions, assigning actions to people inside that meeting, as well as also interweaving with an intelligent recap as well after the meeting. The best part I love about having the Facilitator as part of your meeting is that you don't necessarily have to have a Teams meeting in order to engage that. You can walk into a Crestron room and press on the Facilitator button, and it's just going to be sitting there. You're not going to have remote people. You just want people inside that room. It's just going to be your assistant inside the room, which is super cool. It gets one step better, is that the next time you have a meeting that's relevant to that topic, it can catch you up. It can go, okay, last time you spoke about this, so it's kind of like, the next time you watch an episode, it's like, previously on this episode of this.
Previously in the sales meeting.
Exactly. Previously, George said this. Woo! But it's having that facilitator is able to catch you up and giving you that productivity back. So
I love that. And again, a lot of people don't realize that. Again, Jimmy, I think we had a session with Jimmy at some point, and he said it's not about, everyone thinks, it's just in a Teams meeting, but you can go in and have a brainstorming session, and it's like having that virtual person sitting in the corner, making notes, taking all that stuff, transcribing it all, giving the actions. And again, to review that back, it's not a linear process. You can I want to jump to the bit where Higgsy said this, or Neil said this, or we talked about this one topic, rather than having to listen to a whole hour-long meeting to try and find out and tease out that specific piece of information. Now, where can people find out more information? I guess the best way would be to say, Copilot, give me more information around Teams, but where can people find out more information on all the cool stuff that you're doing and that Microsoft are doing in Teams and Copilot?
Yeah, great question. So obviously in the EMEA and Americas region, Jimmy's obviously running with Maren Corrigan, selling Microsoft Teams rooms, so we're catching you, getting you up to speed. But those in the Asia region, we've got for our Microsoft partners, we've got our partner community calls that I host with the team down in Asia. But we've also got Martin Boehm, who's been working tirelessly on two things. So Martin Boehm owns the What's New and Calling Meetings devices, but he also owns What's New with M365 Copilot as well. So both of those assets are publicly available for all customers and partners, and it's a great way to obviously catch up on all the latest updates. And yeah, you can access that with aka.ms, what's new, CMD, and aka.ms, what's new, M365 Copilot.
Very cool. Higgsy, thank you ever so much. Loads of cool stuff around Copilot and Microsoft Teams. You can't keep up with it. Again, follow Higgsy. Again, he'll keep you up to date. Follow Jimmy. Michelle puts out some great stuff as well, so shout out to Michelle. Love him in our EMEA region. And loads of stuff from us coming at Crestron, a great partner with Microsoft. We love all the stuff they're doing around Copilot. And we will catch you for more updates from us here at ISE 2025.
Thanks for having us.